Hello and welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers episode. Eric, I've lost track. I know we're in season 3, but you gotta help me out, bro.
Season 3, I mean, hey, I'm pretty sure we had a 1, a 12, and a 3, and maybe a 4 already, so I'm just going to say, let's make it a cool 5. What do you say?
Is this really episode 5? I don't think that's true.
I don't know, it's probably like 7 at this point.
Close enough. Episode something. Time is meaningless.
That is too true.
How has your existence in this time-deserted wasteland been the past week, Eric?
Well, it's actually been going all right, and I just checked. It hit me. It hit me like a train rolling down the tracks. If I was sitting on the tracks and not getting out of the way, it's number 5, Alex. We're up to numero cinco.
Numero cinco. That's it. You heard it fresh from the bro's mouth. This is the number 5, the big one, the big 5, and that's it. Episode number 5 of Just Do It. Season 3.
mean, yeah, that's how that happens.
Well, Eric, we were chased out of TJ's place.
Oh my gosh, those crazy caverns.
Oh, I mean, they're confusing. I think that the MACC is going to be in there cleaning out a whole lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of contraband down there.
That is true. I mean, the K-pop cave alone is danger.
Yeah, I mean, that's not suitable for a young audience.
No way.
Fortunately, we popped on the old what is it, 89, I think?
Yeah, that's definitely, I think we hopped on 89.
Anyway, we got out of the boonies of Connecticut,
just way up north. Way north.
To a new undisclosed location that I'm sure the MACC will not get to us this week at.
There's no way they can find us. I mean, we're in the land of the creemee. We got maple here, maple there, and I mean, we're living the good life.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to track us down to our new location, right, Eric?
No way, no how. Definitely I mean, not. Come on.
I'll have 2 extra world's best maple creamies, please. One for me and one for Eric. Yeah, okay, great, thanks.
Exactly, like I said, we're in the land of the creamy, and
we're enjoying our time here at Maple Emporium. It is pretty sweet, and we're big maple fanatics. Thanks. Have a great day. Sorry, Eric, I was just getting our order down.
That's fair. I mean, I think that we should go to the Snowflake Bentley museum right after this.
Oh, that'd be pretty nice too. Yeah, that'd be a good time, dude. I always love those snowflakes.
I love a good snowflake. Well,
they're
but
like
do you know
what's cool shaped, like when they're like.
Do you know what's really good, Alex? Do you know what's really good? Sugar on ice. Ooh. I'm talking maple syrup on the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's you're mixing Snowflake Bentley and maple, and I mean that's basically almost a maple creamy, and nothing screams Vermont more.
Absolutely.
Wait, did I just say that? I think All right, Alex. Let's get these maple creamies to go. I think I just showed exploited where we were.
Oh no. All right, can we get those maple creamies to go, please? Thank you. Oh crap, the MACC is going to be on to us. Let's make this podcast fast. We got to shift gears into the main topic. You ready? This
I'm ready.
What is about my favorite substance.
Your favorite substance. All right. Yeah. Does this thing have a consistency that is very similar to maple syrup?
Oh, it does. As a matter of fact, Eric, this petroleum chemical is fairly close to the consistency of maple syrup, if I remember correctly. Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
Heterogeneous and varies widely over relatively short distances.
Okay, that's something.
Yeah, there's 4 different types, and type 2 specifically has a low matrix porosity and permeability.
That's dangerous. I do know about that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm a little worried. What was this topic doing during the Spanish Inquisition?
I don't think that it had been discovered yet, so I'm going to say plotting a secret communist uprising.
So it was plotting Spanish Inquisition 2, Electric Boogaloo?
Absolutely, because the closest formation was I don't know where the Niobrara Formation is or Barnett Shale. Nope, those are all in the United States.
All right.
The Ramah Formation in Syria, Eric, found in the northern Persian Gulf region.
So this
And
only
we know those are radicals, so
yeah, definitely free radicals as
yeah,
I
I
learned.
think it has this is definitely going to give you cancer. Don't drink this substance.
I mean, if it's anything like gasoline, I know it's very rich, very calorically rich. So
Yeah.
if I drank this,
Mm-hmm.
would I put on muscle?
Well, Eric, here's the problem. Today's main topic is tight oil, often abbreviated LTO for light tight oil. So
So it's pretty
unfortunately,
tight.
drinking nothing but light tight oil is going to trim you up and give you one
Oh,
of those bicyclist bodies, which is, with anything, reduces your muscle mass.
exactly. I want to bulk up. It's bulking season, not trimming season. Holy cow.
Dude, this stuff's only good for trimming, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, whenever you get something that's light, it's just not the same, right? Whole milk better than 2% and 1% and skim.
Oh,
I'm not even going to say
absolutely.
skim. Like that's
What?
just disgusting.
This is the exact substance, as a matter of fact, Eric, that Frank managed to frack out of the ski mountain.
Wait, Frank fracked the mountain also?
Oh, yeah, you heard about that?
Oh my gosh, Frank's fracking the mountain.
Yeah, it's mainly found in like back in Shale, the formation out in Alberta, where the ski mountain is that Frank fracked. That's this kind of oil, LTO, light tight gas, light tight oil.
Okay, so it's LTOs. That's good to hear. I don't advocate the use of fracking. Totally different. All right, but froken, no, not in my house.
Yeah, it sits down below the conventional gas, the conventional oil, the confining layer, and the tight sand oil.
I mean, that doesn't really make sense. If it's called the light tight oil, wouldn't it be lighter and thus rise to the top? Because that's what I learned about densities.
Well, it's a light crude, so that means it rises to the top of the other crudes, but it's stuck in the shale.
Oh, that
Which has
dirty
to do with
shale.
matrix porosity.
You know what? I think we should just send large amounts of like a water and air to blow up all the shale, so then that oil can be free and rise to the top, like like the way it was intended to be. Light and least dense and rise to the top.
That would be very convenient.
I know.
I'd also
I know
recommend
one
dumping
man.
all of that toxic sludge into open air ponds and/or the neighbor's water supply. You want to know what else has a great matrix porosity, Eric?
Let me guess. Scuba diving.
Only if you're scuba diving with these deliciously crunchy waffle cones.
Oh my gosh, Alex, these waffle cones hit different. I'm telling you, waffle cone and maple creamy, best combination there's ever been.
Good.
But no, do you know what that
matrix keeps the maple creamy flavor from escaping, getting your hands all sticky.
On a different note, though, do you know what that light oil really needs to do? It needs to take a page out of Borgor's notebook and rise up, brother.
Ooh, I think that would be bad. I think that would contaminate lots of things. I believe it is being the tight oil, Eric, is being trapped underneath the confining layer, which is preventing it from rising up.
Oh, yeah. Those dirty upper layers always getting all the best resources.
Sure. I think that's how geology works.
It's not. But it's a tough one. So, this is all I want to talk about, oil, unless it's, used to cook my waffle cone for my maple creamy, of course.
Oh, of course.
Maple creamies. So, I think it's time to actually, right here it says that the Maple Creamy Stop is having open auditions for new jingles.
Ooh, new jingles. I'm a bit of a jingle man myself.
Hey, you jingle, I jangle. Together, we jingle and jangle, and I think we're perfect for the job.
Oh, jingle and jangle. Musical ad writing brothers.
Exactly, and you know what? I'm feeling creamy. Are you feeling creamy, brother?
I'm feeling pretty smooth.
All right, let's get this bad boy rolling. Hey, it's us, the Creemee Boys.
Yeah.
We're here to sing about the wonders of the maple creamy. Lay it down, man.
Hop on down to the creemee stand. Got all the best flavors for you and me. Got maple, and more maple. None of this fruit flavored cream.
So come on down, it's the best place in town. We got maple, it's a real staple. I love maple creamies, they're the best in all of town. So come on down and get that maple and turn your frown around.
Oh yeah, we've got the best flavored creemee in all the land. That's right, no artificial flavors like sand. This stuff's delicious, smooth, creamy. You'll be so happy and free.
So come on down, the best place around. I got a maple creamy for me and my friend, and we all know at the end we're gonna eat and our belly's so full, and then we can cajole.
If you're hanging out about town, come on down to the creemee stand. Don't bother hanging all around without a maple creemee in hand.
Maple creamies are the best on a summer day, and even when you're out ready to play. So the ooey gooey creaminess is what makes me happy inside. And then when mom tells you to go inside, say no mom, I'm out here eating my creamy, having being so much filled with glee.
But wait, that's right, I said there's more. Something crunchy outside. It's a waffle cone in the store. It's crunchy, delicious, wrap it around. Keeps those fingers from getting sticky. That's right, baby, it's a waffle cone.
Waffle and maple, a winning combination. The only best thing in the nation. So when you got your maple creamy, everyone knows it's all for me.
Woo! Maple creamies.
Maple creamies.
Man, that's pretty good. You guys come on down to the Maple Emporium in order to get your maple creamies. They are delicious, Eric.
And everyone knows you have to come down here bright and early in the morning because, while supplies last. It's only made small batch every morning.
That's
and
right.
The cows out back, the waffle cones freshly pressed every morning by our main man. I don't know his name. He doesn't have a name. It's actually not even a man. It was a woman the whole time. Who would have thought?
Psyched him out.
That's why it's not okay to assume gender. Oh.
Got him.
Yeah.
Anyway, her name's Mary, and she's the bomb.
Oh, Mary's the best. She cooks the best waffles, whips up the best maple creamy, and trust me, if you're within a 200,000 mile radius, you gotta stop in. It will change.
I mean, it's on your way,
your world,
right? It's basically on your way.
I mean, like I've been saying this whole podcast, Alex. It's bulking season. Do you know what bulks really well? Maple
creamies. Oh yeah, it's time to bulk up, Eric. What are you getting ready for? Ski season?
I mean, you could say that, but I just gotta, really pack on the pounds for this winter. It's gonna be a cold one. I've seen all the acorns down, and when there's a lot of acorns down on the ground, it's gonna be a cold winter. So I think I put on, just a cool 2 tons, and then I can start, swimming with the whales and sort of feel safe with them.
Yeah, of course. Narwhals, Eric, with the melting Arctic, they're threatened, and they need someone out there to keep them company.
I will tape a waffle cone to my forehead, and I will be the champion of the narwhals.
I mean, that's heroic, Eric. That is, we better check back in with those Arctic whale life in our nature walking section. But for now, Eric, the people, they demand it. You know what's up next?
questions?
We've got no choice. It's got to be questions from the internet.
Oh, of course. It's not
what
like
the
we
people
always
need.
follow a format or anything.
No, obviously. Why do you think people come to this podcast? It's to get the unsolicited advice they don't need.
Exactly. Alex, you got a question you can hit us with?
I got a question. I'll gut you like a fish at Briannon's says at the boys' house for dinner. Any guesses on what time dinner will be ready? I'm gonna say 8:30 to 9. What do you think, Eric?
So the fact that this person is asking, I'm at the boys' house, and I don't know when this question was asked, but I mean, I typically like to eat my dinner as my breakfast, and my breakfast as my dinner. So about 20 minutes ago, I had a massive bowl of Fruity Loopies.
Ooh, we love a good bowl of Fruity Loopies.
Which is, a
And
great
Apple
breakfast
Dapples.
cereal. Apple Dapples? Pretty
Apple
good.
Dapples.
Magic Stars, though.
Oh, the Magic Stars, bro.
If there's anyone out there listening, I just want to let you know that whoever you may live with definitely is in need of some Magic Stars right about now. And if you go out to the store and bring home Magic Stars, they'll be so grateful and be like, yes, this is what I needed. I've been looking for it. I've been having a hard time at work. All the guys are being obnoxious and not being lazy, not doing their work. I got to tune them up. But the only thing that they want is some Magic Stars.
Well, Eric, I have on good authority that the only cereal that is more tasty than Magic Stars, there's only one.
Okay.
And you ready for this, Eric?
Yeah.
The Frosted Mini Spooner.
Oh my gosh, that sounds delicious. What? Wait.
Get me one of them bowls of Frosted Mini Spooners.
What brand is Frosted Mini Spooner?
I have no idea.
but
they're almost shredded wheat.
Almost, but they're spooners, not wheat.
Nah, dude, they're mini spooners. Yeah, of course.
I don't want to know what a normal spooner is then.
Well, yeah, no, you only want the mini version of the mini spooners. They are tasty. So I think Eric's onto something at Brennan's. If you're at the boys' house for Din Din, 8:30 in the morning is when you're gonna get spaghetti.
Yeah. You'll get a nice, lovely spaghetti with maybe a little bit of eggplant side.
Yeah.
Some fresh garlic bread on the. You just cooked up a fresh loaf of bread, had it out all night, rising,
and there for breakfast. I'm thinking 6:30. The boys aren't that lazy.
No.
6:30 at night. That's when you get out the Frosted Mini Spooners, or if you're feeling special, Magic Stars.
Oh, Magic Stars, can't go wrong. Make sure you stick around though after dinner, because after the typical dinner time being breakfast, of course, where you will be. If you're at any of my boys' places, we got maple creamies for a dessert.
Oh yeah, of course, man. Oh, dude, Frosted Mini Spooners are from Malto Meal, bro.
Oh, Malto Meal. You gotta love Malto Meal.
That's how you know it's good.
Malto Meal's got the best product.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Malto Meal.
That is something very cool. Yeah. All right, Alex. I also have a question here, and this is from Dalek from Scaro, and they're asking, what's a job you'd love to do for free?
Ooh, what is a job I'd love to do for free?
Yep.
Well, professional cyclist springs to mind on account of I am an amateur cyclist.
See, I can see where you're coming from with wanting to be a professional cyclist, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be hard to get that much aero, and then you could never go back.
That's true.
Imagine being a professional
it's really
cyclist.
Hard to un-aero.
You hit peak aero, and then someone's like, "Hey, let's just ride our bikes over to the park and toss the ball around." And then you're like, "Uh-oh, this man isn't able to go full aero, and I know I
clipped
can't."
In. Why am I riding behind him?
Exactly. I think it's a blessing and a curse to be a pro cyclist.
Plus, like Eric, if I show up, and I want to run a bike over with you to the park to throw the disc around or something, or maybe play around a disc golf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you even gonna bother shaving your legs before we go? Because I'm gonna.
See, I wouldn't, and then you would have to, you'd have
be
to
so much.
permanently have
I'd
a
be burning
razor on
so
you.
many less watts that when we got there, it wouldn't even be fair. You know, I'd be
Exactly.
way better at disc golf than you.
Yeah, because I'd be tired by the time I got over there, and you'd be set up. You'd be living the good life.
Saving all that energy on my arrow.
See, personally, for me, it would be maple syrup grater.
Ooh.
So a lot of people were upset when they released the new grading system of maple syrup.
Oh, dude, I was
And
outraged.
I couldn't
How
take
could
it.
they do this to grade B maple syrup?
Dude, B was the best, and now they have
Yeah.
what, like fine, extra fine, like
They're
what?
all grade A. It's like everyone gets a maple syrup participation trophy.
Yeah, no, I'm not about that. See, I want a new system where I individually create my own hierarchy and I test out everybody's maple syrup across the country, and I create a big compendium including all these different grades, and I will make sure to be very precise, get my palate thoroughly washed and ready, prepped for whatever maple syrup I'm about to try. But no syrup is the same. It's all slightly different, and you gotta know that. So I will accurately represent that in my.
I mean, if you're a really good maple
glossary.
syrup sommelier, Eric, so by the way, whoever this is, you got to tell them that if you do a job for free, that's called a hobby. There's a name for it.
That sounds about right.
You should get some hobbies. They're good for you, but they're not jobs. Anyway, Eric, if you want to break into the hobby maple sommelier scene, like how can you like help a less well trained maple sommelier really try and pull out the different subspecies of maple tree that the maple syrup came from, and whether it was an early run or a late run, and at what temperature the sap was boiled down into a syrup? Like, how do those really affect the flavor profiles?
So they really do affect the flavor, but I don't want to go into this because I know it would go over so many people's heads. Like a lot of people look at, just their grade C, and they're like, "Oh, that's wonderful, beautiful syrup right there," and I'd be like, there's a little more nuance than that, and that's just how it works. So there's so much nuance. I don't want to spend the next hour and 64 minutes. Which,
of course,
thinking about it, would be 2 hours and 4 minutes. But in the syrup industry, we like to say an hour and 64 minutes. But of course, it's 2 hours.
Maybe
and
an hour
minutes.
And 65. You don't know.
That's true. That is true. But I can't go into that right now. But I will say, if you're a real enthusiast of syrup, you would understand my grading system. And
so, Eric, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
This is syrup based, of course.
Yes.
Everyone tells me that 2011 is a good vintage, but I'm a sucker for a 2016. I think it's one of the better years. What's your favorite year of maple syrup?
Well,
of course, I almost drink exclusively Highlands maple syrup because I just, I like that refined, lighter, more mountain flavory kind of flavor profile. But
so in all of my travels, the best syrup I encountered was way north of the border. I'm talking at roughly latitude 84.
Mm-hmm. We're talking in a greenhouse in Iceland.
Yes, exactly.
No, north of that, actually. It's way more north than that.
It's like in the middle of the ocean.
It's on the Arctic ice sheet.
I was out sailing with my Viking buddies, and we happened to cross this nice little mom and pop diner. Yeah. Just floating out in the middle, and they had the best syrup. Yeah,
dude, they got the best poutine up there.
Dude, it's the best poutine I've ever seen, and it's just roughly 20 minutes past that old burned down barn.
Oh, I mean, it's right past the sunken barge, eh?
Yeah, and, right past
you're out there on the herring shoal. You might as well just stop by. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's basically not out of the way. And then once you go up there, just come back down here for a nice fresh maple creemee, and you are living the good life.
What is it called? The Dolores's, maybe? I mean, that place is good.
Dolores's always has the best. I mean, she can whip up the finest maple syrup this side of the Milky Way. You're
up at Dolores's. Okay, I know where it is. About 84 degrees north.
Yeah, no, you know her. 84
yeah,
on the
it's right
dot.
there. It's hard to miss her, eh?
Oh, it sticks out. It's a beautiful little shop. It's got a nice little friendly sign out front, and they serve you packs of pancakes. Not stacks, packs. So they come all packaged up, and you open them up, and steam's going everywhere. Mm-hmm. And
Oh
then,
yeah,
like a
and the
volcano,
hospitality. I mean, it's
it's
just
great.
amazing. It's great.
And then, like a little volcano, the syrup shoots out,
Uh-huh.
explodes all over the building, and it coats the entire place in probably the most premium and delicious syrup I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Cool.
Vintage, I believe they said sometime it was 2.4 billion years old.
Wow, that is some ancient maple syrup.
It's actually it's heated from the Earth's core. That's how the sap
The sap
was heated
permeates the
up.
rocks, well, the
Yep.
iceberg, and then comes back up through the water column and comes out as pure billion-year-old syrup.
Although I'm getting a little scared that because of global warming, this syrup might not cook right,
Yeah,
and it
Dolores
also
might be in trouble with global warming. We got to save the
exactly,
polar bears, but also Dolores's.
and it also might shoot up too high, and then I mean, it's all about how fast the syrup's coming up from the Earth's core, and if it comes up
Right.
too fast, then that's nobody's.
Mhm.
Some years it comes up too fast, and it's not good syrup.
Yeah, no, that's true. All right, you want to move on to one last question? I think we've adequately answered that question, by the way.
Oh well, obviously, I forgot
Yeah.
what the OG question was, but we're living the good life.
So, Holly Go Lightly at Holly Go Lightly, Eric, on the Twitter sphere, wants to know, I really just want Swedish fish, but is that really a whole reason to go to the grocery store? I'm thinking, yeah.
Duh.
I mean, what else could you
Unless I was gonna
get at the
say,
grocery
unless
store?
there's a you don't have to go to the grocery store to get Swedish fish. Either you go up to Dolores's, get some pack of pancakes and syrup, and then you
I mean,
also do a little
It's on the
fishing.
way. Dolores is on the way. It'd be
Well,
rude
yeah,
not to stop in
especially
and say hi.
and then you also stop in at the Maple Emporium, get a few creamies to go. But Swedish fish, you can get them at your local convenience store. You can go to Sweden and just start fishing. That's a pretty good one too. But yeah, you got a
Buy them
lot
by
of
the can.
options.
It's called Lutfisk. It's great.
Yes, Blutfisk.
Uh-huh. No, I think absolutely. If you just want some Swedish fish, then head all the way out to the grocery store and just buy a large Costco-sized bag of the sweet red fishies,
Those sweet red fishies. I couldn't have said it better myself, Alex.
or a big old can of the smelly boys, whatever you need.
Hey, smelly boys are boys too, and we respect our boys.
With that, Eric, let's move on. Let's, we're dragging this one out here, and we couldn't leave the listeners without a nature walk. I'm thinking more of a nature polar swim today.
I think it is a nature polar swim because you briefly talked about it, and it's got me thinking. The narwhals, man.
Yeah, let's hop on. Let's get our wetsuits and go for a little dive. Don't you think?
Yeah. Oh, I'm way ahead of you. I've been sucking on maple syrup, so my veins are flowing with the rich syrupy goodness that can keep me warm forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so up here I just talked with a few Inuit people, and they say that the narwhal is sort of like a revered god because of his big ol' tooth. Yes, that's right. It's not a unicorn horn, but a tooth.
That's
And
important. Good to know.
and it bears a strong resemblance to a waffle cone. And actually, the pioneer of the waffle cone looked to the narwhal and was like, "Man, I know it would taste delicious. Narwhal horn, but in a waffle type." So then he created the waffle cone based off of the narwhal. And
I mean, there's
I
no
really
reason to illegally poach narwhal.
no, please don't do it.
It
Narwhals are
is
endangered.
terribly bitter.
It
Tastes terrible, and on top of all that, is very bad to put ice cream in.
oh,
But
it's not it.
the waffle cone, the inventor of the waffle cone, he was like, something needs to change. He has this big long walrus tooth, and he's like, narwhal tooth, and he's like, I can't keep eating ice cream out of this thing. It's bitter. It's terrible. Something needs to change, and that's when he invented Actually, Eric, did you know something? The inventor of the
What?
waffle cone wasn't a he. It was another lady. Surprise! Don't
Boom.
go around assuming gender
Progressive.
identity.
Don't assume gender, folks. It's not.
That's it.
It's
You
not
heard
good.
it here. Anyway, the inventor, she is an Eskimo lady and was like, these traditional walrus horns, all the men think it's okay to eat bitter, gross creamies. And then went out and got the waffle and was like, let's put my ice cream in that.
And then boom, cultural revolution, and now everyone's doing it. So if you eat out of waffle cone, you're a poser, but it's okay. I can't hate you for it. It's too
And
good.
Eric, you know that lady's name?
Was it Mary?
No, it was Dolores.
Oh, you're right. It was Dolores.
Oh
Although
yeah.
I
Hello, Alex in post-production here. We regret to inform you that due to a technical error, we have lost the recording containing the last 2.5 hours of Eric's audiobook, The Hunt for the Great White Narwhal. Your regularly scheduled podcast will resume with Eric staring down the beast.
And so there I am, face to face with a narwhal, the great white narwhal. And hunting is a crazy term because I really wasn't hunting it. I was more studying it, trying to be like the narwhal. Because if
I
there's
mean,
one
when you
thing I've
go on a
learned,
traditional Inuit narwhal hunt, the traditional hunts, you hug them. That's the trick.
you hug them. That is,
And the modern day
see,
hunts, you kill them on the beach, but that's different. You
I
were
we
traditionally hunting where
I'm
you sneak up on them and you give them a good hug.
so the term hunt actually derives from the old saying hug. So
Of
it just a
course.
slight communication error there, and they were like, oh, okay. But yeah, so I'm out here face to face with a narwhal.
Mhm.
This thing is huge. I'm talking 6 million pounds, possibly the greatest narwhal that's ever lived.
Absolutely.
Only seen by two people, myself and Dolores. This goes back.
Ooh, wow.
This is a tale larger than time itself. And I'm here. I'm looking at it. It's looking at me. It shoots telepathic rays from its narwhal tooth right into my brain, and just it expanses the world and how everything about the world, and why narwhal tusks are so good for scooping up ice cream. That's where waffle cones came from. So he's telling me all this great stuff via telepathy.
Mhm.
And then I go in, I get a little closer, I can see he's starting to feel a little on edge, but then I just get on him and I hug him real good. I officially hugged the great 6 million pound narwhal of Nunavut. And it's a title that I hope I can hold forever. And yeah, it changed my life. So I definitely this week we gotta respect the.
Lay Hoogaree, the hugger of the narwhal.
That's what the people called me when I came back to town.
Okay.
It was a great feeling.
Uh-huh.
So I really implore everyone to go out there and try and hug a narwhal. Good old traditional hunt. And
Yep.
we gotta be thankful for everything that the narwhal gives us in its years of infinite knowledge and wisdom. And global warming's real and it's hurting the narwhal.
Yep.
So everyone
Absolutely.
out there, go hug a narwhal before it's too late. You won't regret it.
100%. Just do it. Episode, I think I said 5 is
It's number 5.
for our nature walk this week. Go out there and do some hunting of narwhals, by which I mean hugging some narwhals because they need some love. And
Good old loving.
with that, it's time to thank our sponsors, Eric.
I mean, I would like to thank the Maple Emporium for just keeping the maple creamies coming, and that I think Mary's gonna throw us an extra one just because we're so nice.
Yeah, she's pretty sweet, dude. I gotta say thank you to this beautiful fall foliage that I'm sure all of our listeners were able to see in the background the entire time. I mean, it is popping, those oranges and reds, Eric.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, that's why you got to come to YouTube and watch the video. It is just astounding. I would like to thank none other than Homegrown Hops. That's right, they're kicking it. Even in the fall, they're turning a nice, lovely orangey shade as well. And beauty, absolute beauty.
This podcast wouldn't be possible without Maximum Arrow, and don't worry, all beards are arrow.
Ain't that the truth? I would like to thank none other than the one and only Narwhal, endorsed by Dolores herself. Thank you very much, Narwhals.
This podcast brought to you by the Frosted Mini Spooner, probably Malto Meal's greatest invention.
That's true. And, you can't say Just Do It podcast without light oil. Our main topic today, really coming in clean with the sponsor endorsement this time.
Lean, mean, clean, and bad for the planet. Light oil. And the original Swedish fish, lutefisk. If you got a craving for lutefisk, go down to the grocery store and pick some up. With that, it's time to bring this podcast to an end. Everybody enjoy the fall foliage that makes the Little League fields look extra nice this time of year. Get those prayer hands together, because I heard flakes were coming, Eric. I heard there were some flurries.
Oh no, that's just your dandruff again.
At the very top of the mountain. They're not going to stay for very long, and you're probably not going to see them. But if you pray hard enough, maybe.
I know I'm growing out my beard right now so I can trim it and sacrifice it to the great snow gods.
Absolutely. And with that, this has been Season 3, Episode 5 of Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Eric.
And for the love of God, man,
just send it. That was hot.
Dude, I'm the best editor in the whole world.
Oh, they are popping right now. Homework with the boys.